Welcome, everyone, to the Naturalist Sponsor Soundbyte. I'm Nancy Coulter-Parker, Director of Content Marketing at New Hope Network, and I'm here today with our Naturalist sponsor, Daabon USA, to hear their how they got started, how they're innovating, and how they differentiate themselves in the marketplace. So getting started, our sponsor today is Daabon USA, and my guest is Alex Davila Gallup, Sales Representative at Daabon USA. Welcome, Alex.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
We know that Daabon is a family-owned, fourth-generation business. Can you tell us a little bit more about how Daabon got started or a little bit of the background of the company?
Yes, I'd love to. So we are still family-owned and operated. We are in our fourth generation. So our great-grandfather started the business in 1914 with livestock and bananas. So it is now well over 100 years old. Then in the 1970s, our grandfather began the first palm oil crops, and that has really grown to be the largest portion of our business. But since the onset, we have been a pioneer in organic and sustainable agriculture. And while many companies are family founded, we are still family operated, which is pretty rare in a fourth generation company. So our company's executive team is currently led by the third generation. So that would include my aunt, my uncles, my father, with my grandmother still at the helm of the company.
Oh, wow.
Yes. And she is a force. And so now much of the fourth generation is working in the company. So that includes myself, my brothers, and many of my cousins.
Well, with palm oil, at times we know, it's come under criticism, and many people don't realize that palm oil can be found in more than 70% of consumer products, from food to makeup. But Daabon stands out from the field for its sustainability practices. Could you speak about Daabon's value system, including its sustainability initiatives?
So as you mentioned, truly palm oil is unavoidable. And many think that the answer is to discontinue the use of palm oil altogether. But I want to reiterate that is a mistake. By nature, palm is the most sustainable oil out there. It produces 5 times the yield per hectare compared to most seed oils. But the important thing to note is that there is good, responsibly produced sustainable palm oil out there. And that's where we come in. So starting with our values, we have respect, sustainability as a path to prosperity, integrated responsible operations, and doing things with passion. So what does this mean? We believe in treating every person, culture, and community fairly and honoring their dignity while promoting growth through fair wages and empowerment. And for us, sustainability, it's truly more than a buzzword. It's a long-term way to support people and the planet to ensure future generations can thrive economically, socially, and environmentally. And to really kind of dig into some of our sustainability initiatives, here are just a few of what we have. So we were the first palm oil company in the world to achieve ROC Gold Level Certification. So ROC stands for Regenerative Organic Certification. And that particular certification combines soil health, animal welfare, and fair labor practices. So essentially, it's combining the organic certification, fair trade certification, and our SBO certification, which we also have. Another one is launching the world's first carbon neutral palm oil. This is something we're especially proud of. This has been achieved through our circular economy zero waste system. That includes our composting program, which is the largest in South America, our methane recapture program, and that is where we capture the methane gas that is produced via our organic waste from the palm oil extraction market. And we take that effluence, we trap the gas, capture the methane, and we use that methane to turn it into energy to power our palm oil extraction process. And also, we have transitioned much of our logistics fleet to our very own eco-efficient vehicles powered by natural gas. And lastly, we were also one of the first signatories of the Climate Pledge, which we have now already achieved the goal of carbon net zero 15 years early. So now we're working towards carbon negative, and we're on track for that as well. Circling back to our values, after touching on some of our sustainability initiatives, we focus on owning the entire process. We are 100% vertically integrated from the farms and growing the crops to selling the final products into the marketplace. So this allows us to have full control over the initiatives I outlined, and assure full traceability from the soil to the market. And lastly, we do all of this with love and care. When people love what they do, they tend to do it better and more responsibly.
It's fantastic. Well, I know, having worked with you, that you've been so involved with communities, in addition to all of your sustainability, work, or, more of the crop work. So I think that that's fantastic to hear. And you've been innovating at the same, you're kind of constantly innovating at the same time. And in recent years, Daabon has introduced American palm oil, or AMPO. What is AMPO, and what are its key benefits in comparison to other oils?
Great question. What is AMPO? So what it is a natural non-GMO hybrid of the standard African palm tree and a native Latin American palm tree. By nature, it is higher in oleic content than standard palm oil, meaning that it can be a great choice for various liquid vegetable oil applications, since it is indeed liquid at room temperature. And it has some notable benefits that should have users excited. With a very balanced fatty acid profile, it has a higher oxidative stability than other oils, which means that it performs better in frying applications than other oils and is more shelf stable. So this high stability makes it resistant to prolonged heat exposure and promotes a longer fry life, making it more economical and maintains a neutral flavor, which is what all food manufacturers are after. And also the supply is consistent. Palm oil is a tropical crop, so it's continuously being harvested all year round, as opposed to seasonal crops that are more susceptible to things like crop failure and poor harvest, like soy, canola, and sunflower.
So on that note, seed oils are coming under fire, and palm oil is not a seed oil. Could you please talk about the seed oil free certification and the benefits AMPO offers in comparison to seed oils?
Yes, we are very proud to be a strategic partner of the Seed Oil Free Alliance. And however controversial this may be, this year, the president established the MAHA Commission, which shared some findings that refined seed oils contribute to an imbalanced omega-6, omega-3 ratio. And that imbalance is thought to have a role in inflammation, which can lead to chronic disease over time. So the concerns around seed oils are related to heat-induced degradation that promotes oxidative stress inside the body that promotes that inflammation that I just mentioned. So what is different about palm oil is that it offers a better fatty acid structure that resists that oxidation and is lower in polyunsaturated fats, otherwise known as PUFAs. Therefore, because the AMPO is more resistant to that degradation that happens when it's exposed to heat, the oxidative stress in the body is less of a concern.
So now, in addition to your sustainability focus, you've touched on this. Daabon, has always had a keen eye to social responsibility, and AMPO has brought the opportunity to elevate, female workers. Could you talk about the importance of community and elevating women in the workplace for Daabon?
Yes, absolutely. It is a pillar of our organization, so something we're very proud of. So going back to AMPO, what is unique about it is that it has to be manually pollinized. This is not the case with the standard palm oil. So this manual pollinization, we saw this as an excellent opportunity for women to be able to get out in the field and create more jobs for females. In our tenure, we have found that the key to female empowerment is diversification of family income. So we take extreme care to provide as many opportunities for women in our community as possible. So pollinizing the AMPO fruit is one, but we have numerous other initiatives to empower women in our community. So to elaborate on those a little bit, to generate more income opportunities for females, we created a factory where the wives of farmers and factory workers make the uniforms. We all joke about it that since this was started and since the wives were the ones indeed making uniforms, we now have zero complaints about the uniforms from husbands because they know better. But in addition to that, we also hold regular workshops to teach women marketable skills to become entrepreneurial. And some of these skills will include things like artisanal soap making, handbag weaving, baking classes, among many others. And really, truly, it's an honor to work for a company that really looks for ways to make a difference, especially in a place where female empowerment is not as much of a priority, like South America. So it's really an honor.
No surprise with your grandmother at the helm.
Absolutely.
As you said, right? Thanks so much for joining us today. Again, this has been the Naturalist Sponsor Soundbite. And my guest today has been Alex Davila Gallup from Daabon USA. Thanks again for joining us and have a great day.